Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back to very new video. And today we are going to discuss the concepts of sets in Python. Okay, and we are going to discuss about what are the sets in Python and how they works. All right. So without any further delay, let's move to our video section. Okay. So let me show you, my dear friends, what are these sets in Python. So let me tell you about that. Okay. So the let me tell you, my dear friends, about something which is called as the sets in Python. Okay, my dear friends. So what are these sets in Python? So let me just tell you, my dear friends. So these are something I could say that sets are, you can say, collection of, simply I can say a set is a collection of unique values. So set is a simply collection of, I can say that, unique values, and also I can say that like and you can say unordered elements. Okay, my dear friends. So these are the unique values and unordered elements. So it is the set of that. All right, my dear friends. So let me just give you an example. So example is, I could say that my set, okay, and this will be simply equivalent to, let's say it is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, my dear friends. So this is a set in Python. Okay, so I can simply say that a set simply contains no duplicate value. I hope this is getting pretty much clear to all of you. So set do not contain any duplicate values. Okay, my dear friends. After that, there comes another thing. They are unordered. So what is the meaning of the word unordered over here? Unordered simply means that, they do not, they are not indexed. There is no indexing in our sets. All right. So they are simply, I could say that they are unordered. So that means there is no indexing. I hope this is also pretty much clear to all of you. All right, my dear friends. So let me just move forward. Also, you can say that they are simply mutable. So what is the meaning of the word mutable over here? That you can add and remove the value. Okay, you can simply add as well as the remove the elements. I hope this is also getting pretty much clear to all of you, my dear friends. So let me just show you like all these codes with the help of examples. Okay, my dear friends. So let me just show that to you how this code exactly works. So my dear friends, let me show that to you that I have created my first set. Okay, so let's say my set is something called as my set, and this is simply equivalent to, let's say I've created 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so my dear friends, let me print this code in the form of, I could say that, my set. Okay, and let me run this code now. All right, my dear friends. So let me show that to you. So that is how my set will be getting printed. And let me just show you with the help of, coding part. Okay. So yeah. So let me just show that to you, my dear friends. So as you can see over here, let me run this code. In this case, I'm simply getting, I could say that. Yeah, so over here, as we can see, our set is getting printed, and that is how sets works in Python. Okay, my dear friends. So let me just give you another example. If I will do it something like, I will write 3 2 times over here. Okay, And let me just run this code. So in this case, I can simply, print it 3 only one time, because a set cannot contain duplicate values. Also, you can add and remove elements in the set as well. All right, we can add or remove elements in the set, but the modification we will study in the further lecture. Okay, so let me show you, my dear friends, how you can do various different other operations on these sets. Okay, so let me tell you, my dear friends. So there comes the another thing, you can say that sets are simply declared firstly using the curly braces. Okay, my dear friends, so let me just show that to you. So as I can see over here, for example, I can say that let's say there is a set S, okay, and that set is declared with the help of figures like this, okay, 1, 2, 3, and like that. So this is my set in Python. All right. Another way to declare the set is simply by using the set function. So let's say I will use simply my set function, okay, and in this case, I can write over here something like this: 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, my dear friends. So in this way also I can create my set and I can simply print my set as. I hope this is also getting clear to you, my dear friends. So let me just show that to you. So let's say this is my set as, and I will simply write over here like this. Okay. So my dear friends, let me just tell you, let's say I create the set 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in this case, I will simply print, I could say that simply print s. Okay, and let me just run this code. So in this case, I can see that the simply output that I'm getting is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that is also just a second, my dear friends. So firstly, in this case, I have to use the square brackets inside, and I have to use the round bracket outside the bracket. All right, so let me just write down over here with the round brackets. Okay, my dear friends, so let me run this code again. So now it will be, simply printed, and this will be my set. All right, so we can also declare a empty set in Python. Okay, my dear friends, so let me just simply let me firstly declare the set. Okay, my dear friends, so we can declare the set by using this function. So I can write over here set, and this will be something like this brackets, okay, and this will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so my dear friends, let me just uh print this set s. Okay, so let me just print s and let me just run this code. So in this case, I could see that this set in the form of curly brackets is getting printed. So we can also declare an empty set. Okay, my dear friends. So let me just show that to you. So an empty set, you can say, is declared by simply s is equivalent to set with the empty brackets in that. So that is how an empty set is declared in Python. Okay. So let me just show that to you, my dear friends. So let's say I'm writing a set s, and in that I will write the set. Okay, and simply I will run this code print s. Okay, my dear friends. So let me just run this code. So in this case, I can simply say that like in this case, this is the correct way to declare my set. Okay. So that is how I can declare an empty set in Python. Okay, my dear friends. But in case if I will write it like this, if I will write this code something like only this curly brackets and then I will run it, it will simply give me an error. It will not give me an error, but yeah, so it basically simply, this will be wrong way because it can create a dictionary. Okay, my dear friends, so in case of dictionary, as we know that like there is a key value pair and that is written inside this curly braces kind of thing, so that will be kind of a dictionary. So in the case of set, we can create only empty set by using this function. I hope this is also getting pretty much clear to all of you, my dear friends. So let me tell you about how we can access the various elements in our set. Okay, my dear friends. So let me just tell you about that. Okay. So the next thing comes over here is about, you can say, accessing the elements in my set. Okay, my dear friends. So how I can access the various elements inside my set. So we cannot simply use indexing in this case. We cannot use indexing. Okay, my dear friends, we cannot use indexing in case of sets because simply sets are unordered. They do not have any index. Okay, so I will simply use over here for I in, simply let's say my set is 1, 2, 3 and 4, and that is how I can access various elements inside my set, and I can simply run print I. So I hope this is also getting pretty much clear to all of you. So let me just run this code and show that to you once how it works. So let's say I declare a set S, and inside this set S, my dear friends, I will simply write over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I will simply run this code for I in. I can write over here for I in S, and what I have to do is I have to simply print I. Okay, so if I will run this code, in this case I will be simply getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 getting printed. So that is how, my dear friends, I can access various different elements inside my set. I hope this was also pretty much clear to all of you. So how we can, add elements in our sets. So let me just show that to you, my dear friends, now, that how we can add the various elements inside the sets. Okay, so let me just run this code. Okay, so my dear friends, let me just tell you, let's say I'm having a set S, and set S is equivalent to, let's say it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, my dear friends, so if I will run this code like something, I could say that s set s dot update. So in this case, I can simply say that, let's say I want to add elements 7 and 8 inside my set. So I will run it like this, and that is how I will, in the end, I will print my s, and my updated s will be printed. Okay, my dear friends, so let me just show that to you how this code works. So let me just create a set S again, or let me just, keep it the previous one. Okay, so we are having a set S like this. Okay, so if I will run this code S dot update, okay, my dear friends, so let me just write over here S dot update, and let me add just 7 and 8 into this set. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to print simply S. Okay, my dear friends, and let me run this code. So in this case, you can see over here, I will be getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 as the elements of my set. So that is how, my dear friends, I can update my set S. I hope this was also pretty much clear to all of you. So now, my dear friends, let me just run another code, okay? So let's say I want to remove some elements, okay? So what about the removing elements inside my set? So let me just show that to you, my dear friends. So when I want to remove the elements from my set, so let's say my set S is I'm having, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, my dear friends. So if I will simply run over here S dot remove, and then I will run over here S dot remove 3. So it will simply remove. Okay. Okay, so in this case, I could say that we can use the remove function, and so basically in this case you can say, and we can also use another function, that is, you can say that s dot discard. Okay, my dear friends, s dot discard, let's say I want to discard this value 5. All right, my dear friends, so let me just show that to you. So what is the difference between these two functions? So let me show you. So let's say this is a function called as, you can say that you can say that, let me just show that to you. So let's say there is, firstly, let's say there is a function called s dot remove. Okay, my dear friends, so it is simply, let's say I want to remove 7 from this, but 7 is not part of it. Okay, so let me just run this code and see what happens. So yeah, it has simply given me an error, but instead of this remove function, if I will use the function as discard, so this will simply not give me an error. Okay, my dear friends, so let me just show that to you. So this will not give me an error because, discard is simply, if the value is present in the set, let's say if the 4 is in the set, then it will remove it simply. But if some value that we are giving input to the discard that is not present in my set, that will not get removed. It will simply be not giving me any kind of error. But in case of remove, it will give me an error. So therefore discard method is the preferred one. I hope this was also pretty much clear to all of you. So let me just, print my set as now. Okay, my dear friends. So let me just run this code. So in this case, I can see over here, I am getting printed 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. So in this case, 4 is discarded. I hope this was also pretty much clear to all of you. All right, my dear friends. So let's just study about another function in the sets. That is, you can say s dot pop. Okay, and so s dot pop will simply, I can say that it will simply remove a random element from the set. Okay, my dear friends, so it will simply, I could say that, remove a random element. I hope this is also getting pretty much clear to all of you, my dear friends. So let me just run this code. Okay, so let me show that to you. Let's say I run the function s dot pop. Okay, my dear friends, so if I will run this function s dot pop and I will try to print s, so in this case the output I will be getting is like it has popped out one value from the set and it has printed 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me just run another code again. So in this case, my dear friends, I could simply say that, let me just run the code again. Okay, so it is printing, it is firstly removing a random element from the set and it is giving me the output. So I hope this was also clear to all of you. So let me just run this s.pop function again and let's see what happens in the output. Okay, my dear friends, so let me just run this code again. So in this case, I could simply say that, first two elements have been removed and I'm getting the output. I hope this was also pretty much clear to all of you. Now let's see what is the usage of s dot clear function. Okay, my dear friends, so let's say there is a s dot clear function and let me just run this code. So in this case, I'm getting an empty set. That means it has removed all the elements from my set. All right, my dear friends, I hope this was also pretty much clear to all of you. So yeah, so in this case, I could say that simply my function is, I can say, s dot clear. This will simply remove all the elements of from my set. Remove all the elements from my set. I hope this was also pretty much clear to all of you, my dear friends. So now I hope you enjoyed the today's class, my dear friends. So that's all about today. So we learned today about, basics about sets in Python. And also we learned like how we can add elements, remove elements, properties of sets we learned. So I hope you enjoyed it today's class. So yeah. So stay tuned for more classes. I will be back here with another lecture on sets and we will be continuing that part, like studying about, some more set function or some more practice problems we will be doing. All right, my dear friends. So till then, bye bye. Have a great day. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And do comment if you like the video. Till then, my dear friends, stay tuned for more. Have a great day.